And we stay, of course, with this particular story. ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will provide a comprehensive reflection on the key achievements of the Government of National Unity this afternoon. The GNU, comprising of 10 political parties, is marking 100 days since the constituting of the 7th administration in June. The celebration will take place at the ANC's headquarters in Luthuli House in Johannesburg this afternoon. Let's now cross live to SABC News reporter Samgele Masego. And of course, Samgele, it's not 100 days now. I'm sure it's way more than that now. But of course, there's been quite a lot of focus on the Government of National Unity and what it's been able to achieve so far. We are asking our viewers tonight, what do they make of its performance so far? And 3 of them tonight responding to say that for them, issues like crime are still a concern. Issues like job creation are still a concern for them when they're looking at the Government of National Unity. What are some of the reflections that the ANC has been able to share with you as the media?
Indeed, Bongiwe, at this point in time, the president of the ANC is yet to speak. They are still in the officials' meeting. They are still deliberating. But we did speak to other officials of the ANC, such as the Deputy President Paul Mashatile and also the Deputy Secretary General of the ANC, Mrs. Nomvula Mokonyane, who reflected on the first 100 days of the Government of National Unity, saying and praising the ANC on how it has brought about stability in an era where there was no outright winner in the elections on the 29th of May, ultimately saying that they did invite all political formations to discussions, and 10 out of those political formations agreed to form a Government of National Unity within the ANC, saying that there will be disagreements within the GNU and they will find mechanisms in order to resolve those particular disputes. We've spoken to some of the ANC leaders who've said that the public spats that are there, particularly around the Bella Bill, those must stop. There is a resolution mechanism that is being formed that will be chaired by Deputy President Paul Mashatile and will have representatives from all of the 10 political formations. I know the Democratic Alliance is sending Dean McPherson. It's not yet clear who the ANC will send to that particular committee to look at some of the bottlenecks and some of the issues and policy issues that they can't find themselves on, particularly on clause 3 and 4 of the Bella Bill. You look at the national health insurance as well. That will be discussed within that particular committee. That similar committee will also be set up politically, which will look at the political disputes that are there within government and how these political formations in the GNU can discuss them. And there is a clause in the statement of intent that there must be sufficient consensus within the parties of the Government of National Unity for a particular policy that has divergent views to go ahead. So one may presume that the issue of the Bella Bill, particularly clause 3 and 4, will go to this dispute resolution committee that will particularly look at this particular issue and these clauses in order to find sufficient consensus so that it can be fully implemented in government. As you know, that the president has suspended its implementation for about 2 to 3 months to allow sufficient consensus. There's also no consensus on the issue of the national health insurance, which was signed in the previous administration. The DA has some serious reservations and how it will ultimately collapse the economy of the country. Bongiwe.
Of course, Samgele, this is happening without a critical member of the alliance, and that is the SACP, because they've, through Solima Paila, of course, they've been unhappy. He's actually spoken quite, hard-hitting words against this particular Government of National Unity. But it's also interesting, Samgele, that in a conversation I had yesterday with the DA's federal chair, Helen Ziller, she repeats what she says. She believes this is not a Government of National Unity, and she says that according to her, this is still a coalition because it does not include everybody else.
Well, Bongiwe, there is divergent views not only within the ANC but also within the Democratic Alliance, not only in the tripartite alliance. The DA seems to be pulling in 2 different directions. You've got John Steenhuisen, the leader of the party, pulling in another direction, and you've got Helen Ziller, the federal chairperson, pulling in a different direction, which will practically set up those contestations within the party. What we also do know is that the SACP, they snapped a meeting with the ANC officials this morning where where the SACP's leadership was supposed to come and discuss with the leadership of the African National Congress here at Luthuli House and discuss some various political matters that will look at resolving the impasse that is there, particularly within the tripartite alliance at this point in time. What we do know is the SACP in their Central Committee meeting, they said that they will not form part of this particular reflections. They don't agree with the Government of National Unity. It has been rumored for some time with the ANC saying that these may only be the views of Solima Paila, the General Secretary of the SACP, but it seems as if the Central Committee of the SACP has come out to back its General Secretary Solima Paila in saying these are the views of the Communist Party. But one wonders, why are the likes of Blade and Zamande, the likes of Dr. David Masondo, who are leaders of the SACP, who sit in the top leadership of the SACP, who are still enjoying their lavish positions in government, why are they not resigning in order that the SACP does not agree with the Government of National Unity?
And it does look like, Samgel, I'm not sure what is taking place there, but give us a sense of where we are in terms of the program, because I do see quite a bit of activity just behind you. It does look like there are some people who are either leaving or are still awaiting an official program to get underway.
At this point in time, Bongiwe, there are ANC members who are gathered outside here. Some have been brought to this side behind us. They are getting some sort of refreshments, water and some juice in order for them to have something to nibble on as they wait for the arrival of the ANC's top brass leadership. The ANC officials meeting is still going ahead inside. The DSG did come out to speak to us, and we also spoke to the Deputy President. I did see Mduduz Manana, an ANC National Working Committee member, and I also did see the Noktula Ngaba, the Secretary General rather of the ANC Women's League. They did come out and they did go there to that particular stage where the ANC officials and some of the ANC NEC members will be seated there. There are some leaders of the ANC who are already on that particular podium who are not sitting in the officials meeting. In fact, I am seeing Mduduzi Manana there on the podium with a cap, a white cap. He is the ANC's national organizer, so he is part and parcel of those who are organizing for this particular 100-day review of the Government of National Unity, Bongiwe.
And of course, Samgele, just, while you speak about some of the officials there, anyone from the Gauteng leadership?
The Gauteng provincial leadership will come here. We are told that Panyaza Lesufi, the provincial chair, TK Ngliza, the provincial secretary, they are part and parcel of the mobilization for this particular event. They will come, and we do know that the president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, did reprimand the secretary general of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, today on these particular public spats between himself and also the provincial chairperson of Gauteng and Premier Panyaza Hendrik Lesufi.
All right, Samgel, we'll catch up with you a little later on as soon as of course, the events get underway there. And we are expecting President Cyril Ramaphosa in his capacity as ANC president to then address the crowd, speaking about the reflections of the Government of National Unity post its 100 days. If you would remember, there's been a number of conversations that we've had here on the channel, including the Minister of International Relations as well, Ronald Lamula. We've also been speaking to quite a number of those who are in office to ensure that we get to encapsulate their sense of what do they think about this Government of National Unity. And of course, with the SACP still not mincing its words through Solima Paila, they're saying that it does still not believe that this is the perfect vehicle for the people of South Africa. But of course, the ANC is saying that it's forging ahead when it comes to these celebrations. So we will have some analysis a little later on for you